and welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I'm actually finally getting back to doing a little bit of my heaven and earth designs. I know it's been a while, and huge apologies to everyone. I am going to be trying to make more of a conscious effort, I may well have said this last time, of actually getting more of this done, because I know there is a lot of followers of this project. But yeah, today I'm going to start by doing a whip and chat and actually getting going. I did have to charge my iPad because it was flat, and I need it. It is a warm day. I have got the door of my craft room open slightly. If it does get too noisy with people out in their gardens, I may have to push it to and see how long I can last while cooking. But anyway, to start off, I have pinched, well, I did pinch 4 colours from my daughter's current painting. Were ones that I thought I needed. Excuse me. Now 3328 I forgot I'd already had from a recent painting. The list on my phone had been was a little bit out of date, and then I also had the colour 37766. I'm trying to see if that may well have been one that I've filled up. No, it's one that I've not even used yet, having a look actually. I'm not quite sure where that number came from. But anyway, 603 and 604 are ones that I need. I have recently got a painting in with 603 in it, I think. And that will be coming up on my channel soon. I want to get this whip and chat up for you guys first. But anyway, let's fill some gaps firstly. So 603... for my little pot is a little slash line. I don't know how many of them that I need. I don't know how many gaps I'm going to get to fill up. At the minute, I'm not even seeing it. So I'm guessing it's not that many. Okay, I'm not seeing this slash line at all, so maybe I need to go a little bit slower. Ah, there it is. Oh, search text. How many of them is there? And this is a problem because that's turned it exactly the same colour as what my other one was. What it is when I highlight it twice. Okay, so by the looks of it, there is one of them. Alright then, so we'll put one in and fill one gap. I think this, if I remember rightly, this one did only need about 18 of them in the whole picture. Let's have a look. Yeah, 18 in the whole picture. So I'm supposed to have one now. So we'll use it from the corner that I've not done. It's not that one, it's actually that one. So to zoom in, we'll highlight that one, and that will turn it that darker colour. And then we'll pop the rest into this little pot. And then I have those for any of the others, 18 that I need. That was the other colour that I recently filled in. I need to rejig my boxes, but I might rejig them according to symbol, which is why I've not popped them away yet. Okay, and then 604, oh, there's one of them there. So let's search text of that one. Okay, so there is a few more of those, though not too many. So let's start up near the top. So 604, let's tip them into my tray because I need more than one. And then up here, there's a group of 2, and it's the top one. So we'll highlight that one. And then I've just filled my wax up as well. So it's coming down. So I've just done that one, so it's not that one there, it's sort of the next one in, which is this one. 2 in, yep, it's that one. So So highlight that, and then going across, is there any? Coming down the other, oh, there is some here. Okay, let me just do this row first. Okay, so there's 2 on the row above this square that I've already done. So there's one that's 3 in, which is that one here. Highlight. Then there's 2 blanks, and the bottom one is this one. Highlight. And then if we come in from this corner, there's a gap of 2 missing, and I want the top one. Highlight, and then coming directly across. This is going to get trickier and trickier as I go along. Filling these gaps, I can see it. Okay, so now I'm looking in the batch that is these 2 rows across from what I've already done. So let me find, there we go. So that's the ruler. So I'm looking across these 2. So that's how I'm going to work it now. And I've got one that is two down, which is that one there. Highlight that one. And then I need, there's one here that's 3 down. Yep, I need the one to the left. The one to the right is a different colour. And then there's one more which is across this bottom row. Oh, it's that one. Okay, so I think that is it. There is more on the actual diamond painting itself. So what I want to do is, this is where I forget, if I go to the search, I want to X off the search. Okay. So that is all the ones that were needed on that filled up. It's getting harder and harder to find the gaps. So if anybody has the following numbers, and I know there is quite a few people that have messaged me about sending spares, but these are the ones that I need to fill gaps. If anybody wants, you know, to check the spares and wants to send me them, send me an email for me to let you know my address details. But the numbers are 349 552 893 918. So there's only 7 now that I'm needing to fill gaps. 930 3350 and 3806. So they're the colours that will help me fill gaps if anybody wants to take part in that. But for now, let's get a little bit more done. So it is warm, so I'm just going to do a few on camera. I'm just going to do a little 2 square, I think. So, oh, I hit highlight already instead of hitting search text. How well did I do? So if you click on one, for people that want to know, so that it highlights it with the 2 speech bubbles, you get to search text, and if you want to highlight, you just tap the one next to it. So at the moment I'm working on a heart, which is 760, of which by the looks of it I only have a few left. But that's a battle for another day. So start off with one there, and then I want a gap of 4, and I want 2 more. I have just found one that is a complete diamond. See that? Is it going to focus? I don't think it's going to focus. Let me put it back in the tray and it might make more sense. Get off the wax. So, will it focus on that? You see, it's a complete diamond. That one there. Oh, that one there. It's more of a diamond than a square. So we'll move that one out of the way because we'd like them to definitely fit in. Okay, and then the next heart is from this square, 3 up, 1 across. In fact, let's see, let's do it. Okay, let's go for this way. I'm going to see if I can keep sort of the, oh, search text. Okay, trying to keep the whole 2 section in the window so that I can see what I'm doing. So for this one I want to go 3 across, then I want to leave a gap of 3, and I want to put 1 there, 1 above and 1 to the right, and then this side is 1 in, gap of 3, and there it goes. So I'm just going to highlight those. It's done. Got a bit more of the 939 coming in back into this one as well. This one, the next one to it, I'm not sure if that's one that I've actually had before. There's actually a few in here that I'm not sure if I've had before. So there's only one of those and it won't let me highlight it at the moment. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch to 939 for a minute. And this is a very full pot. I've had a lot of people send me 939s and I've had a few paintings that have had it. So I've got a nice stash of 939s at the moment. So first up, coming in from the bottom. And then we'll come down from the top. And then 2 in, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 down, and 2 more down. Apologies if you can hear the music. Next door I've got music on. It's sunny. No, not next door, sorry, a couple of doors down. Okay, so that's that little section, and then down here we're actually missing the far corner, but we're coming 3 across, we're doing a full little block here. And then 2 there. So I'm just tapping on each individual one to highlight. You can highlight in rows across, but to be honest, I find once it's already searched for the symbol, I actually find it quicker to tap them each individually for it to highlight them than to try and do a row. So that's that lot highlighted. The rest of the 939s back. So it doesn't come along quite as quickly when you're not doing big blocks of 939s, that's for definite. Okay, so have we got any more of this trademark symbol? No. Oh, here we go, there's that dash line. So I've got it to search for text on this dash line at just in somewhere else. Because I've recently highlighted this one and I've not flattened the image yet, if I try to click on that one, it will think I'm wanting to do something with the highlight I've done before. So rather than me having to flatten it, it's the easier way to do it. Now, I don't remember this symbol, so I am wondering whether it is one that I've got or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, rather than search for all my tubs, I'm going to have a quick look on the list. So it's actually number 351. Oh, it is one that I've got. 351. That's what happens when you haven't done it for a while. So, and you see me go to put it on the iPad then? Yeah, that is what I went to do. I went to stick it to the iPad as a symbol. But now I've searched for that symbol from somewhere else, when I tap on it, it will let me highlight it because it's been searched for. So I'm going to do the same with this one down here. See if it will let me do that one and search text. There's still only one of them. So have I got that one? That's another one that I didn't think I'd had already. So I'm going to do a quick search for the symbol in my symbol printout. See if I can see it quickly though. I probably can't if I'm doing it quickly. Nope. Okay, so I'm looking for an L. Oh, there it is. 894. Oh, it is. This one I've got as well. 894. So I want one of those. That's that one done. And then the anchor. I know where that one is, but let's find one to highlight. So search text. Oh, there's quite a few. So the anchor is 152. This is a colour that a subscriber has recently sent me some, so I have loads. I actually have about 4 different shades of this colour in here, but for the purposes of this painting, it really doesn't bother me. And then a gap of 2, and then I want 1, and then I want a gap of 3. That's those 2 done. I am loving this highlight feature though, and this search feature. So much easier. As well as the grid lines. So drawing the grid lines on for each square has also been an absolute godsend, because the canvas for me didn't have them already. Then I've got one over here, and that's it. Okay, so the question mark, there's one down here. There's actually 3 in the painting. Okay, so let's find the question mark, the one that's the right way up. Of course, I found the one that's the wrong way up. And I'm struggling again. This is the problem with so many colours, is actually finding them. Okay, so there's two different types of question marks. It's not that one. That's the upside down one, which I've already found. Okay, and I've got to the end and I've still not found it. So let's go a little bit slower. I use this sheet and the sheet with the amount on all the time for this painting. It's not that question mark. This is also the problem with there being two types of question marks. There it is. 819. I've definitely got that one. I have. It's here. Okay, so I only need 3, so I'm just going to stick my pen in rather than tip them out and have to tip them back. So we've got 1 up there. Oh, see, look, I've got 2 out anyway. So I need to go 1 across from there, and let's get that one before it fits in a gap. And that one's actually 2 up from there. So highlight, highlight and highlight. And then I need the E. No, see, I'm going to click on that one and it's thinking I want to click on the heart. So let me see if there's another one. Let's try that one. Search text. There we go. So there's only 2 of them. So again, I'll just stick my pen in the pot. So E. E with 2 little dots. I know it's in here somewhere. But I'm not finding it. Alright, there it is. I found it. So this is sort of like a brownie colour. So I've got 2 out together. We've got 1 up here. And then we've got 1 next to this cluster of hearts. Highlight those 2. Now I need to find these circles. Search text. There we go. So this circle's the bigger one. This is 3371. Now normally I would tip these out because there are so many. However, this pot is very full. So I've got visions of tipping this out and actually ending up with loads in my top. So I'm just going to collect them off the top. One up from the bottom. And 1 across. I was actually quite amazed when I looked through the camera. You can start seeing the tree branches and stuff here. It's amazing because when you look at it close up, it just looks like a load of knives. Okay, so my camera saved itself. Really can't believe I've been chatting that long, but I do understand that doing a whip and chat on this, time flies. It's amazing how much time this can actually take. Okay, so I want this one here. It's not going to let me choose that. Is it going to let me choose that? Nope. So let's try and get one from down in the next section. Oh, here's this one, it's 961. And another type of pink. There's quite a few different shades of pink in here. Because of course we are getting to the blossom part of the tree. Two over here. But yeah, I do apologise, it's been a while since I've done a whip and chat on this. I've had a very, very busy couple of weeks at home and at work. So while I have been doing diamond painting at night to sort of zone out and switch off from the day, there has been no way of me getting any videos done, or even indeed getting into my craft room with the hope of getting something done. So that need, oh, done it again. I was just trying to X off the that part of the screen. I wasn't trying to X off the whole thing. Okay, so search text on the next one. I'm just going all the way across at the moment. So we've got the little raindrop or little teardrop, and of course I did see that before when I was looking. There it is. Another little pale pink, and then oh, I've got a dud one in there. Let's get rid of that. And then I am seeing another symbol that I think I've not seen before. How much that is true, we all know, is debatable, because I'm forgetting all the symbols at the moment. I have trimmed down all my little bits of cover paper as well that are floating about, because while I do understand they would help protect these little gaps where there's only one that's missing, I don't think they're going to lose their stick enough, and if they are, I can just drop a piece of glue in there. Will be easier than having all these pieces of cover paper all over the place. So that's that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flatten this. So if I go into the little three dots at the top and flatten, then what that does is that just saves everything so that it doesn't think I'm trying to alter something I've already done. So I'm going to search for the text on that, and what I'm actually going to do, zoom out, and I think it is a new one. So let's have a look. I'm having a quick, oh there it is, 3787. So going to my figure sheet of 3787 is one that I have, but it is one that is not potted up. So it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I'm going to dig through. All my sticky labels are here. Sort of tuck them in a little tray. So what do we, it's 3787, here it is. So we'll punch out the symbol for my pot. And I'm just going to get my craft knife to be able to get the backing off this. There we go. Looks like it's a brown. And then, bear with me, I'm just rolling the canvas up so that I can get my tool. So this is my box. It's like a little mini photo box. I actually picked it up from Staples in the States. when we were over in New York, and it's great for keeping all of my diamonds for this, all my, you know, spares, whatever I do have of it, keeping them all together so that I'm not hunting through my 2 boxes of spares. So let me put this canvas back on my lap. It's another reason I've not been doing as many WIP and chats is the canvas sits on my lap, and at the minute it's very warm. See if these want to come out the bag. A couple that are stuck, not major static, not major oily either. And where did I put my pen? Here it is. So we just need one of those. And that's a new colour introduced, so I'm going to keep that out just because it's new and they're not in order yet. Highlight that one, and then the number 3 is the next. I know I have that one. Oh, always happens. So this is like a dusty pink. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it helps if you count when you're placing them, because then you can count when you highlight them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I know I'm highlighting all the ones I have definitely placed. Or at least that's definitely the plan. Okay. And I want that, oh, quite a few of this plus symbol. Let's get some gaps filled. Hang on, I'm just going to shut the door. Sorry, bear with me. So I've just shut the door to my craft room. So I'm going to get warm, but we'll deal. That's just because my craft room, which is sort of it's attached to my house, but you have to get in through a separate door. It is the section that is right next door to next door, and they've knocked theirs through and put in patio doors. So I'm hearing all their conversation, and we don't want that on film. So, sorry, I'm just still hunting for this symbol. This is where all my time goes. So I'm wanting the plus with the underline. There it is. So we've got a plus with an underline. There's quite a few of this. And by the looks of it, I have a couple of different shades in here, but that's fine, because it all is working towards the shading on the tree, and I don't think it's having any dramatic effect on what the picture looks like. It's probably working in its favour. Okay, so that's that section, and then we want one in the middle of there. Yeah. One up the top, which is of course the next one that was prompted, and one over here. We've got quite a lot on that one. Oh, thought it wasn't giving me the option to highlight, but it was. Just wasn't paying attention. Highlight, And I didn't count these as I did them, so I am just double checking that I have put them in their place, because there's one here that I missed. Oh no, I didn't. I put it in the wrong place. Doesn't go there. That's one that I don't have. That was close, wasn't it? Okay. So that's that one done. And then got this one to finish off the top row, and I've done a search text, but there is only one on this row, so that's fine. Stick my pin in the pot and see if it'll hit a diamond. There we go. Oh, it hit a diamond, and I'm not sure if it's come out before I've got it out the tub. Just try that again. There we go. Okay. So another one that I'm not recognising as much. Doesn't mean I haven't got it. Just means I'm not reckoning. Oh no, I do have it. So it's 352, which is a peach, and I only need one. Highlight that one. What I might do is start pulling out ones that I recognise as I'm searching for others. So I'm looking for this square now with lines through it. I'm going to see if I can find another one so that I can highlight them. That one. No, I didn't want to highlight. Take the highlight off. I want to search text and then go back. So I do only have one of them here. So while I'm here, I'm going to pull out ones that I know I definitely have in that painting when I scan through for this square. Found the square. Okay. So I need one, and of course I've pulled out two together. Oh. See if I can get them to split with my fingernail, and I can't, so I'm not fighting. I'm just going to get a different one, and I'll put that back in the tub for a battle for another day. So we've got this percentage symbol now, which is another one I do know I have. I just forget where it is. I know that's one I need. Percentage, where are you? There it is. Okay, so we've got percentage. Which goes there. And then one there. And then I want the upwards triangle. So let's see if I can find one that I can highlight. to search text. And my battery's about to run out on my camera. From that much filming, I'm going to lose 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause. Okay, so I've changed my battery. What I decided to do while I was at it was I decided to get out the sort of colours that were coming up. Because I'm conscious that when I'm doing a WIP and chat, it is not very interesting while somebody is trying to look for a symbol. So we've had a revamp. So I've sort of got all the colours here for the next few rows, and then I'll do each colour and then move it to the side. I was going to take a pause and fill in some symbols, you know, and come back nearer the end. But I think this is going to work a lot better and a lot quicker. And it's definitely going to be a bit more interesting in the fact that the time that we're here, you guys are going to see me actually placing diamonds rather than not. I thought I'd put one in the wrong place there, but nope. So got this one down here, and then up here, and then we do actually go right up into the far corner. So let's highlight those. Okay, so that's all those triangles done. Number 3042. I know I've seen them on quite a few paintings that I've done. And then we've got the 2 dots. Let's see if I can find one so I can do a search. And of course that's always the, oh no, there's one. Search text. There's not very many of these in here, you see, but I do want to check that there is definitely only one that I need for this. And there is. And of course once it's searched, it will allow me to highlight it a lot easier. And then we've got the hashtag. Of which we've got a few. These are Ever Moment diamonds, these ones. I can so tell when they're Ever Moment diamonds. They go so much nicer. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, and then 6. 1, 2, 3. I want this one. 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is well quicker. It takes a little bit of time searching, but it's a lot quicker when it comes to actually placing the diamond. So now we've got a symbol where it's actually highlighted 2, even though I've only searched for the 1, and that's just because the other symbol must also be an @ sign, but in a different type of font. And there is quite a lot of both of these, so I am going to highlight as I go along, and I am going to do both of them. In turn, the next symbol was the next colour anyway, so it's not like I've got 2 ahead of myself. So that one goes down here, so I want to highlight that one and that one. And then working across this edge and filling in those 2 gaps. So that's those 2, and then we definitely need some more for this other side. So for the other square we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we do need one down the bottom. I can get them to lie the right way up. And that goes in here as 6. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's those done, and then it's 3041. It's like a little flower symbol, but it must be an @ symbol in another type of font, which is not surprising with doing so many colours in this and there being so many symbols. It doesn't surprise me that some of them do cross over. So I've done those 4, and then moving over here I've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3 on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. Okay, and then we've got what I've already learned is 310. So let's find one of those. I think I've only got one in here, but it's actually bringing up another symbol as well. So we'll do them both. So for 310 I only need 1. So let's pop that one in there. And then I think the U symbol is one of the ones that I haven't pulled out. Yeah, I hadn't got that far. But there's a lot less symbols in my pot to look for now. So I'm going to see if I can see this one quickly. But let me know in the comments below if it's a lot easier for you not having as much time with me looking for symbols. Especially because I turn my voice away from the mic while I'm doing it. It's not going to pick it up as easy. So we'll do this U symbol while it's highlighted along with the black. So we've got 2 of them on here. Well, we've actually got 3 of them, but one of them's up here. This is like a deep wine colour. And then we've just got the one over here. Oop. Try not to drop them. So 1, there we go. So now I want the symbol that's like a target, that one. So I've actually got 2, and I did think I only had 1, so this search feature has definitely made life easier on that front. So I get 2 out, 1 here and 1 tucked in that corner. It's amazing how many different colours I use in a square that's basically 200 different diamonds. It is really amazing how many I end up using. Okay, so I need this T symbol. There's quite a few of those. Oh, not that many though. Okay, so in the first square we've got 1, 2, 3. This one down the bottom. In the next square we've got, of course, the one that was next. 2, 3, and then 1 down the bottom. It's 4. It's filling up quite nicely. It seems as though it takes ages for these squares to start filling up, and then all of a sudden they start filling up really quickly, especially when you have a symbol that there's quite a few more of than what you think. Okay, so we've got the upside down Question mark. Can I find one to search for? Or do we do a flatten? Okay, let's flatten. So tell it to flatten. The only difference is when it flattens is that you have to zoom back in. So it's not really too much of a big deal. I just try to save doing it on camera too much. So for this we only need 2, so I'm just going to stick my pen into the pot. I did put more wax on this before I started this WIP and chat all together. And we've got one down here. So I'll highlight that one. That one, and then we want to search for this one. Oh, and there's only one of these as well. So there is a lot in this painting where you do only put one in a space. And of course I'm picking all the ones that are stuck to each other. So let's try that one. So that's done, and then we want to search for this symbol. So we need a few more of this. This is again another pink. 3688. So that's the second row completed, and then let me get that off there. 2 more down here, and then we need one there and one just above. Definitely not as many as I actually tipped out, of course, but that's what sod's law's for. So let's try to think and see if I can give you another little bit of a different angle. Try and do a few different angles in a WIP and chat so that you can see a different amount of detail. So we'll try that. So that gets you, hopefully you'll be able to still see quite a bit of what I'm working on here, as well as seeing, of course, the actual much smaller sticky area. So for this symbol we've only got one. I was just checking because I had a gap further up. I was checking whether it was a gap because it was supposed to be. Okay, so I need this symbol next, of which I have very few of these. I'm not sure if they're in my recent diamonds sent to me, but okay, this is getting confusing. So 3 across, so it's there. Gets more and more confusing as these squares go on. And then that one. So if you're somebody that can get easily lost with symbols, I do suggest you stick to just the one square. I'm trying to branch out now and do a couple more to get it done a little bit quicker. So now I'm on 550, which is the dark purple. Just trying not to tip out that many, because the next symbol that I need is definitely one that I don't have. I have checked that it's one that I don't have at all, rather than it being one that I didn't have but I do now. So I'm going to make sure I'm still missing out that square while I do those 3. And then there's 3 on the other side as well. 1, 2 and 3. This will be much easier to track on page 2, because the symbols I don't have I'm going to leave white. So then when I do start filling them in, and when I do search for them, it's a lot easier to find them. Okay, so we now want this one. Have I got one? There we go. Oh, quite a few of this one. Let's fill some gaps in this little square. So we've got 1, and then I want to come further down 2, and then 2 across the bottom. And then over this side, we're filling in 2, and then 3 there, so that's 5. There we go. Okay, so we've got the pencil shape next, or what I call the pencil shape, and we do only need 1. So I'm just gonna stick that in. Okay, and then I am running out of colours that I've already got out the tub, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple that I pulled out that I knew I needed, and then I will pause the video and get out another batch and see if I can get this complete section done with you guys, and I will deal with all the pots that are all over the place when I'm done. I'm trying to search for this symbol. Ah, there we go. And there is only 1. Where does that go? There. Get it to fit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this. And that also saves the file at its current state. So we've not got a lot left, so what I'll do is I'll press pause, I'll see if I can find the rest of these symbols, and then we'll get this little section here finished. Okay, so I've got my next huge row of diamonds. I'm practically using every colour in a case of 60 plus. Image has been flattened, so we should be alright for searching for the first one, of which we only need 2. So I think we are finding a lot of these symbols I don't need anywhere near as many. Of course I've got 2 diamonds stuck together in this one, but at least they came apart. They're just facing the wrong way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so how far across are we now? So we are into the second one, which goes there and directly underneath. We do only need 1 of the next one, which is a blue. I can get hold of it. There we go. I like that one. Then we've got the square. We do have a few more of these, so let's tip a few out. I'm actually liking this way of working a little bit better. I'm finding this is a lot easier. And I feel like I'm actually getting somewhere myself instead of trying to fill the time and talk to you guys while looking for a symbol. And of course, the further I go on, the less symbols there are left in my case, so it's definitely a lot easier. So there has been a few people that have asked about this app. This is Easy PDF for iPad. They do make one for iPad and one for iPhone, and they are both chargeable. So do make sure that if you're going to pay for this app, you purchase the right one, because otherwise it can be a bit annoying to spend money on something that is one that you're not going to use. So do make sure you are buying the right one. But I'm finding so far it is well worth the money. It's so much easier to see, you know, the design itself. You can zoom in, you're able to highlight, you're able to search for text. You know, it's bad enough searching for the symbol names on the bottles. It's even worse if you're having to search for them constantly on a sheet as well. And there's nothing worse than finally putting down, you know, a symbol or a diamond and putting the pot away and realising that you have another one. So I found this is an absolute godsend for that. I am going to try and do a recording of the app and sort of a walkthrough on what sort of features you use to highlight the different texts. I just need to get the time to sort of plug it into my Mac so that I can record the screen. I'm sure that's how I need to do it. I've got another app that I want to be able to show everybody as well, and that means that I need to be able to record the screen. So that is something I am going to work on as soon as I can. I was conscious that I more wanted to get sort of a WIP and chat progress up before I could get that done. Is there anyone on there? So yeah, you know, the WIP and chats are getting better each time, or at least I feel they are. I feel it is getting to the point where you guys are able to see more than I'm doing, getting things a little bit more streamlined, firstly with the app, secondly even just on this one, in getting it to the point where I'm pulling the symbols out quicker, so that you guys aren't having to wait for me to find them. So I think, you know, things are improving. Any suggestions that you've got, please let me know. I am a little bit behind on my comments at the moment. I do understand that. I have, I say, life and work has been very crazy busy. I also should be doing some studying for work very soon, and that's going to take up quite a bit of my time. So any comments, please, you know, I will get caught up on them. Just let me know and I will do my best to incorporate them and make these WIP and chats better for you guys, really, and as good as I can. I'm hoping to do some WIP and chats on other things, you know, keep this just to the Heaven and Earth designs, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so this is getting to the point now where it's sort of very last minute bits on this square. So I'm conscious of these little gaps and running out of spaces. So I'm going to go a little bit out of order now. I'm still going to try and do the search text just because I want to make sure I'm not missing one, even though I've not got as many symbols now. But I do want to try and work it now so I've got more blocks of things done. So search text, there is only 2 of those. Because then I can sort of work across and know, okay, that one's it done. And then this one's just the other side. I have also got one symbol here. It's not letting me click on it. So this one is one of the colours that I didn't have, but I now do. So I'm conscious that I need to not forget that one. Could do with just one of them though. Come on. So we get that gap filled. We'll get these dark ones. Just got a few little ones across the bottom now and we'll be all done. Apart from every time now I'm pulling ones out that are stuck together. Okay, so that one's one I've not got, that's the one. Okay, so it turns out I had absolutely 0 batteries charged. Yeah, so this is the most disorganised WIP and chat I've ever done. But anyway, I decided to charge the battery and sort of start carrying on so that you get to see a bigger section. So I've actually introduced quite a few more different symbols, which so far I've had them all. I've got pots all over the place that make sense to me but to nobody else. But yeah, I'm just going to finish off sort of this little section with you all now. So most of these are all just single ones, so I am just going to pop my pen into the pot and do it that way. But I am really enjoying actually doing this again. You know, getting more of it finished, and I'm very, very close to finishing the first sheet, so I think I may try my best. I mean, I say it, whether it'll actually happen is a different matter, but I'm going to try my best to get even more of this, of doing my heaven and earth designs, get more time etched out, because I do love the way it starts to show. Sorry, I'm trying to work out where I'm at now. There we go. I was actually using the sort of bottom of my 10-line grid, and I found that highlighting in purple the ones that I don't have is not working at all. It is distracting in the fact that I think they're all done when they're not. I think it's a filled in square, so when it comes to looking on the canvas I'm looking for something that's filled in and it's not. So that's definitely not helping matters. So I am hitting search text. That's just more of a double check that I've not got any that I'm missing. The last thing I want to be doing now is putting one in and then having to go back to put another one in. I'm struggling with which symbols, because these are all quite new symbols, well apart from that TM, because they're all quite new symbols, I'm struggling with what it'll let me highlight, because of course everything that's around it, so I may have to flatten a couple of times. In fact, let's flatten now and hopefully the rest will be far enough apart for me to be able to get it. So I've got 4 left. 4 symbols left to do. They're all the new ones. So these are sort of all newly introduced colours. We've got this one here is sort of a beige colour, and that's a letter U. We've got this flower, and this is a hot pink. Hot pink. So a little flower goes here, and then that one we don't have. So let's highlight that one. Do a quick search of text just to check. We've got another form of brown, and that is number 3021. Highlight that one, and last but not least, it looks like this one appears a little bit more further down, but this is another shade of brown, and this one is 433. And I've got 2, so I'll just squeeze that one out. There we go. So that is another section done. Oh. So to show you where I'm up to, come on. There we go. So you can see this is my first page. I've now just got sort of a strip of just over 1.5. How many is it? Okay, so it's actually eight. That section is 8. It'll leave me a little strip of 2, but that'll be on the next page. But this is really starting to look like a tree. Even considering there are some blank bits that at the moment are just white. But I'm really starting to see the tree come out of this. And I'm actually quite excited to be able to get to the point of having finished a page. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a roll with the rolling pin just to make sure that it's going to stay stuck. I mean, they all seem to, but if you lose one out of here, what do you replace it with? It's really, really hard to be able to find out. So I'd rather none of them popped out or popped off if I can help it. So that's me done with that one for now. Just to show you what the app symbol looks like for this app, it's this one here. So that's what the symbol looks like. It's the white with the red, and that's the Easy PDF app. I'm going to make sure that my iPad's charged so that going forward I won't be stopped from getting on with this by that. And now most of my pots are all over the side. I'm also going to sort them by symbol in some way across my cases. When I have a tidy up, I will do that. And then when I'm adding colours, then I don't have to shuffle everything so they're the DMC number. I can just make sure that they're in with the right symbol. I think I might do ones that are, I mean, like arrows. There's quite a lot of arrows. I'm going to do some that are letters of some sort, you know, whether they have 2 little dots above or not. I might do ones that are simple shapes like squares, circles, because there's a few different ones of those. That's the sort of line I'm going to take, and a lot of that will depend on how I look at it, and when I look at it, what do I see? You know, am I saying arrow in my head even if it's not an arrow? That sort of thing. But yeah, I'm going to try that way of sorting out the colours that I've got while they're all out the pot anyway. May as well. And I do need to do a tidy up in here as well. So hopefully the next whip and chat will be a lot more organised. We'll see how we go. And then of course when it gets to page 2, I'll definitely be able to chat a lot more. We'll have a lot more of this blue coming back in, and I'll get quite a bit of that done, hopefully, and we'll start to see a lot more progress. But thank you so much for joining me. I will try and make these more regular. I know I say it and I haven't done it, but I do mean it. It's just whether life will let me. But yeah, I'll speak to you all again soon.